Welcome back to Brentford Fan TV. I'm Freddie.
And I'm Ben, and today we're doing a review of our September fixtures and looking forward to the future, specifically October.
I'd say overall it wasn't like an insane month. It wasn't
No.
that good. We got 2 losses, a draw, and a win, and the win being in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
But let's just go chronologically.
Yeah.
We lost to Man City 2-1 away. You can't expect much from a City game, can you?
But it was a very promising start.
Yeah.
The way we played, not that I saw it from highlights and I'm just thinking back to Pep's praise.
Yeah.
So it's just like to get that goal in the first minute was really good.
And how we continued for the next 20 minutes after that. We just some of the best we've played since we've become a Premier League side. We just kept pushing for a second goal, although it didn't come. And we haven't seen that since that first half an hour against City. We haven't really seen a performance like that since this season. But obviously it was great to get the first minute goal, and to start the game well. But it was a loss.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's not too much to say.
Yeah, we were beaten by 2 Haaland goals, which, from what I saw in the highlights, there wasn't much Flecken could have done about them. Yeah. One was deflected off Pinnock.
That was unlucky.
Yeah, but still, we're not expecting to get points at City away.
No. And then next up was Leyton Orient at home in the Carabao Cup. We played a pretty rotated side, and it saw Carvalho's first goal for Brentford, and he got 2 assists in that game, from him.
So yeah, it's a good to see we're finally actually playing really well in cup games.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking back to that. Was it Colchester? That was such a poor performance. If Valdemarson hadn't made that save, it could have been a very different story.
Yeah, I feel like often in the Carabao Cup we just don't play well every year against the lower division sides. And Thomas Frank every year says he wants to go on a cup run. I don't think he said it this year.
He hasn't. Yeah.
So maybe he curses us every time he says it. But yeah, I thought it was a great game from Carvalho with the bicycle kick and the 2 assists.
Damsgaard played well as well.
Yeah, I thought them two really sort of drove us on as 2 sort of leadership players in that young side. And I thought, ever since Carvalho had that good game, he's been in the starting 11 every week.
Yeah.
And proving why he's we spent the money on him and should be playing in the starting 11.
Yeah.
But Spurs?
Yeah, Spurs. So again, we started off really well with a first minute goal in Bremo this time, and to be honest, I don't think much else happened from our end.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Mbama made it 1-0 in the first half, and then it was sort of just us trying to play out from the back and getting caught every time, and then we conceded 2 goals from playing out from the back. And so it was definitely a game we were in, but Spurs had so many more chances that there's no doubt that they deserve the win.
Yeah, and they've actually been playing really well.
Yeah.
They absolutely tore apart Manchester United a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it makes our 3-1 loss not look too bad then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally in September was the 1-1 draw to West Ham. And yeah, not much to say. It was not much happened in that draw.
Yeah, again we scored in the first minute. It looked very hopeful, and I think everyone around me in the stadium was like, we could score 3 or 4 more, and it's just we didn't do anything else really much the rest of the game.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, we've got a record.
Yeah.
I think 2 records Brentford have got that I can think of since we've been promoted. Scoring in the first minute 3 weeks in a row in the Prem, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And winning our first 3 away games at Stamford Bridge since being promoted. So those are 2 nice records we have. But
yeah, we're setting our mark on the Premier League.
Yeah, we'll take them with us to the grave. But yeah, overall it wasn't that good a game. We did push on in the second half, but just due to injuries, the lack of depth on the bench, no one could really make an impact.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the month as a whole, a few players who played well were obviously Mbama was incredible, and Wissa when he was fit.
Yeah, it's really disappointing that Wissa lost, because that adds to that makes us like we've got 9 injuries now, haven't we? Or at least 8.
8 or 9. I think Magoma got injured for a few weeks the other day, so I think it is 9 now. And it's like 6 starting 11 players are injured, and it's absolutely absurd, like how we have this many injuries. And I feel like if this happened to any other team like Arsenal, the uproar would be insane, and pundits would be saying, "Oh, they're playing too many games, this or that." We don't even play that many games.
Yeah, I know.
we just seem to get really unlucky.
Yeah, and we also always rotate in the cup matches.
Yeah.
Except Leighton Orient, where Norgard played, and now he's one of our injured players.
Yeah. I feel like, we could have rotated more in the Orient game if we had more fit players. Like, that could have been, say, our first game for Gustavo Nunes or something, but he's been injured since he arrived.
Yeah.
And so, overall, I think, not been a great month.
No.
We beat a League 2 or one side, and we lost 2 games in the Prem and drew 1. Albeit the 2 losses were against good teams.
Yeah.
But getting no wins when you go 1-0 up within a minute every week. I know.
It's just a bit annoying.
It's becoming like our trademark thing now.
Yeah. Now looking forward to the future, our first fixture in October is Wolves at home on Saturday the 5th.
Yeah.
And Wolves have had really poor form.
Yeah, we're going to go into it a bit more in depth about Wolves in tomorrow's video, but it's been a bad start to the season for Wolves, albeit they've played very good teams, but still a bad start to the season. A game we should definitely look to win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I reckon if we don't win this...
what hope do we have?
Yeah, or we should at least start worrying a bit more.
Yeah, it's not like we have 9 players injured and they have like 2 maybe.
Yeah. Like, our injuries are a big problem, but recently it has seemed like Carvalho, Damsgaard, they've been stepping up.
I think
Lewis Potter's getting more minutes, he's getting assists.
I think what's good, well, it's not good that we have injuries.
Yeah.
But in the summer we strengthened the squad depth a bit with players like Carvalho and Van den Berg, who are just sort of stepping in, playing whatever position they're being asked to. And then also players like Damsgaard and Lewis Potter, all signings from a few seasons ago, are finally playing a lot better than they have done last season. So I think we're coping a lot better than we had done last season with the injuries.
It is a bit annoying though, the depth we brought in the attack. Thiago and Nunes are both injured before the start of the season.
Yeah.
So we haven't actually got to use that depth yet.
Yeah, but definitely a game we should look to win.
Yeah.
Then unfortunately there's an international break, which is, no one likes that, but after the international break we play Man United away. And yeah, I think that's one of the most frustrating games of last season, was that loss to United away, where like 90th minute we're 1-0 up and then we lose 2-1.
And all with McTominay as well. Got 2.
And now he's at Napoli.
Yeah, so that won't happen again. But Man United, like, I think there's a key talking point with how badly they're playing under Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some stats where it showed Gary Neville's 28 games at Valencia.
Yeah.
And then it showed Ten Hag's last 28 games for Man United. And
they're basically the same,
almost the same, but Ten Hag's are slightly worse.
Yeah, it was like more goals conceded.
More goals.
Yeah.
And they've scored less.
Yeah.
And I think they've even won less in that area.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's good that Man United have given Ten Hag that much time.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should give him much more.
I think with Ten Hag at United, well, his current form with them is like lower mid-table form. That's nowhere near good enough for Man United. I don't know why he just doesn't get sacked. I think he sort of saved himself in the job by winning the FA Cup last year. I think he was out if he didn't win that. But I feel like, I don't know, ever since they were looking at managers in the summer, for example, their talks with Thomas Frank, it's kind of saying to Ten Hag, we want to replace you, but you're staying because we couldn't find anyone good enough.
Yeah.
So.
And like, there's rumours of Gareth Southgate being their manager, and it's like, I don't think Man United have a suitable manager that they want to put in at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's probably why Ten Hag's still there.
Yeah, I think it's possible for United that they just sack Ten Hag and give the assistant coach Ruud van Nistelrooy just the reins for the
Yeah,
rest of the season, because I'd presume he'd get more respect of the players and he'd get them at least to play how he wants them to play.
yeah,
Because Man United play with like no style of play, it seems,
yeah. It
every week,
does.
and they look clueless every week.
Yeah.
But
Um.
hopefully we can do better than last season.
Yeah. Honestly, if their form continues this bad, I reckon we could see another 4-0.
Yeah,
That's maybe me being a bit too
yeah.
optimistic.
I just sort of process what you said. Um, a 4-0 at Old Trafford would be insane.
But I realistically don't think it'll happen.
No.
Yeah.
And then after that, Ipswich at home, probably a must-win game.
Probably one of the most winnable games this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I've been impressed with Ipswich so far. They've got
Yeah.
4 draws and 2 losses, and the 2 losses are Man City and Liverpool.
In
And
which
so,
in Man City game they scored first.
yeah,
Very similar to our game, in fact.
yeah. Well, we didn't concede 4 after. We conceded 2.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be at all an easy game. They've got great individual
Yeah.
players, I think, like Hutchinson, Delap, Davies. And so, look, it should be a win. We should roll them
Yeah.
over, like, if we want to be where we want to be. But
But again, it's out of the 3 promoted teams, Ipswich have looked the best for me.
yeah, I think,
They've put up the most fight out of the others.
yeah,
They're playing a style of play that works.
yeah.
And yeah, it just
They really impressed me against Villa the other day.
yeah, it did.
But yeah, pretty winnable game. And then final game of October is Sheffield United at home in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, Sheffield wins.
Sheffield Wednesday at home in the Carabao Cup. Should be a win.
It should be. It's another League 1-2 opposition.
Yeah.
So
We don't even know if they're in League 1 or 2. I think they're
No.
League 1.
I presume League 1. Yeah.
Yeah. If they're somehow in the Championship and we've just disrespected them like that, but yeah, it should be a pretty simple game. We'll definitely rotate. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll have some players back from injury by then, so we can rotate even more.
Hoping Rico Henry will finally
Yeah.
get some game time.
Rico Henry, Norgard, Jensen, maybe Gustavo Nunes. I don't
Yeah.
really know what's happening with him, but hopefully we can get some. By a month's time, we'll have players back and we can rotate more and get a simple win in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, this video has been the review of September and looking forward to October.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed.